Welcome to the show, everyone. Well, you're in for another great interview, if I do say so myself, not because of me, okay? It's because of the guest. I know that he's in a band called The Son of Man. I think he's with Big Records, but we'll check, make sure about that. And I'd like to introduce him, Tylor Raffa. Welcome to the show, Tylor.
Thank you for having me.
Did I get anything wrong?
We're just Son of Man, not the Son of Man, but no big deal.
Okay, Son of Man. Okay, so tell me about the band, first of all.
Well, there's four of us. We're a hard rock metal band out of Edmonton, Alberta. We signed up with Big Records there about 4 or 5 months ago. And yeah, we're just doing our thing, I guess.
Okay, so who formed the band?
The drummer and I went to high school together years ago, and we started playing together. And then John, our one guitarist, came in about 4 or 5 years later. And then we added Brent Sake here about 5 years ago.
Okay. What do you do in the band?
I am the singer bass player.
All right. So when did you first start performing?
You mean like live?
Oh, either, but you personally.
About yeah, probably about 30 years ago.
Okay. So you started pretty young, right? Like when you were 5, right?
No. What our drummer and I, we started when we were in high school. So
okay. Now, are there musicians in your family, or are you the only one?
no, I'm the only one. Yeah.
All right. I see you growing your beard. How long have you been growing the beard?
I'm not sure yet. Probably at least 10 years, probably.
Was that right? Have you ever think about shaving it off?
No, my wife likes it, so I keep it on.
Oh, well, that's all that's important, right? If the wife likes it, if she's happy, you're happy, right?
That's true, yeah.
So now tell me about some of your songs.
Tell you about some of our songs, like what they're about.
What they're about, who wrote them.
We all collaborate on every song. We're a very riff-oriented band. We usually write the music before we write the lyrics.
Okay.
We sing about. We're pretty moody. It's pretty dark, I guess. And we sing from anything from, the government and whatnot to World War II to just the doldrums of society sometimes, and even have some more upbeat stuff that's just more kind of angry in your face stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did go on YouTube to check out some of your songs. So I just want to get a little bit of, information ahead of time, right? But at the same time, it's important what you talk about them, So do you have any albums out?
We did an album quite a few years ago. It was actually released in 2000, but then we kind of went, we played for a while after that. And then we kind of all had, 3 of us had families at the same time. Yeah. So things kind of got put on hiatus for a few years while our kids were young. And then now they're growing up enough where we started up and are going hard at it again here. So we actually have 12 songs available that we're working on right now. We have about 3 or 4 recorded, mixed, and mastered, and we're just in the process of doing all the rest of them. And we're just going to release them slowly, and then have when we're all done, all of them, we'll release the album with a couple more songs on it.
Great. So tell me about some of the places where you perform.
Well, it's mostly just around Edmonton here. We did go on tour with the Rise Up TV with Big Records last year. Just went around Alberta. Went to Calgary, Lethbridge, Canmore, and Red Deer, and Edmonton. But yeah, just mostly just local bars around Edmonton.
So how was that tour for you? Was it good?
It was Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was neat to see what it's like to go on the road on a big bus and all that sort of thing. It was different because we were with 5 other bands
Hmm.
or artists, and so you were jammed on this bus with complete strangers for 5 days straight.
Right.
And I don't think we went to bed before 5 a.m. and had all week, and we had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, get on the bus, and we were late getting there. So a couple of us didn't even have a bed. We had to sleep on the couches. So didn't
Oh,
have any kind of privacy or anything. It was, so
oh.
it was awkward sometimes, but it was, all in all, it was pretty fun.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
maybe with a few less people on the bus. The bus driver said there was probably about 8 too many people on the bus as it was. So it says it's not usually this close quarters, he said.
right. Now, if the tour was to go outside of Canada, would you go on that?
Uh it depends. We had to pay to get on that one. So I don't know how much it would be to go out of the country, but it would all depend on what the money was like.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that would be cool. Like I'd be down with anything if I could get it paid for, type thing. But yeah, it's tough if you got to pay out your own pocket for it. I
Yeah,
can
it
only
has to
do
be
so
worth your
much.
while. Yeah, 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 for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So what do you have coming up? Anything coming up current?
We have a gig at Newcastle Pub here in Edmonton, opening up for a band from Mexico that they were on the tour with us, called The Beast.
Mhm.
So that'd be really fun. They're going on a 40 Canadian city tour this summer.
Wow.
So we get to open up for them when they come through Edmonton here. So that'd be awesome. And then we have a Halloween gig at the Rec Room coming up here, a big festival, I guess. So that's the next one after that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you weren't in a band, what would you be doing, do you think?
Oh, I'd probably be moping around all sad all the time.
But if you had to make a living.
Oh, well, the band is not what I make a living off of. I'm a plumber, gas fitter.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I'd have to keep doing that forever. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I understand that everybody would like to make it big in the music industry, right?
True. You know what? I don't even need to make it big. I just want to make it big enough where I can do it for a living.
Yeah,
I don't need to make millions of dollars. Just enough to support my family would be great, and love what you do.
yeah, for sure. And that's so important. Are your children young?
They're 12 and 14.
Just so do you think they're going to get into the music world?
They might. My daughter plays the saxophone and she's really good at it. And the boy, he likes playing guitar a little bit. I've been showing him some stuff, but yeah, he really likes music too and whatnot. And he's actually a pretty good singer. So we'll see.
Oh, that
I
is,
hope so.
yeah, that is so cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the fact that your daughter plays a saxophone. One of my favorite instruments is alto sax.
Uh,
You know, I love
it's funny.
listening.
She's just a little thing, and she plays the tenor sax. It's almost as big as her. It's funny.
That's excellent. Would you know? A question is like, if let's just say your kids are a little bit old, old enough, or you think they're old enough, and they wanted to go perform with you and the band, would you be into that with them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we even our the one guitarist Brent, his daughter's older. I think she's about 20 now, but at one point, yeah, she plays guitar and everything, and we were thinking about having her come in for a song or two just for fun.
Yeah.
We thought that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would think so, right? Well, if you ever get to Chilliwack, you're gonna have to come out here and I can interview you in person of the whole band. That would be fun.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
That have to talk to the people at Big Records.
Yeah.
I've
I
been
guess so.
everybody that I've interviewed with them so far, I've been after them. I want to be on that bus,
Oh yeah.
but they haven't
that'd
picked
be
me up. They haven't taken me up on that offer yet. But I figure like I'll be a 3-in-1. I can be the roadie, I can be the groupie and a fan. And a mother figure.
All right. And the mother figure. Yeah.
I
Okay.
had a fourth thing, yeah, because I said that those last three things to the last person I interviewed. So I got to mix it up a little bit. So, yeah. So are you constantly writing music, like the band, whoever collaborates? Is that like you're always doing that? Or how does that work for you guys?
Uh, it depends what we got going on because we do all our own recording and mixing and stuff. So between gigs and the recording and mixing, sometimes we have to just practice, like rehearse for the songs we actually have for gigs coming up. So we're, polished. Sometimes we are actually recording or mixing at the time, so we can't write then. But there'll be times when we just figure, you just get that feeling like, oh man, we got to write some more. That you just end up doing it. And we are always writing the two of us, John and I, we write a lot of riffs and just record them and send them to the boys. And then sometimes we bring them back out when we're looking to write something.
Right.
And but lots of times it's very organic and just happens. Like I said, we're very riff oriented.
Right.
So we just, somebody plays this cool riff. I'm like, hey, let's do something with that. And that's how, it's funny how it just kind of comes together sometimes. Some songs are quickly written. Some songs take years to like finally get that Days of Doom song we have on there. Yeah. That riff was sitting there for 10 years. We really liked it, but we didn't know what to do with it, but we never left it. And then eventually something came out of it, and we're glad it did because it was well worth it. Okay. We think.
Okay. So here's the question now. You have your music, you have your lyrics, you're going to get it together and record it or whatever. On average, how long would that process take?
Well, besides that song, it can usually only take probably take between 2 and 4 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
2 and 6 weeks sometimes. But yeah, we only jam like maybe sometimes once a week, right? So okay, yeah. It'll all depend on how much stuff we have going on other than just playing, right? Like I said, if there's gigs or if there's recording to do and stuff like that, then yeah, we don't get to write as often for sure.
Okay. So I'm just so curious about the whole process, like, okay, so you again, you've got it, you have a song. Do you ever get the feeling like that? This one is really, really going to go, it's going to be a hit.
Oh yeah. Well, considering we've had no hits, but yet we still feel that way.
You have to, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's lots of times where we're like, oh man, this is good. And if it, the whole thing with having a hit is, I don't even think it's the how good the song is or not. It's how much advertising you can get, how much you can get it out there, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
So there's lots and lots of bands that have great songs that you'll never hear of because they have no way of reaching the masses, right?
Right.
So, but there is songs for sure. There is some songs that we think like, wow, like this is really good. And then there's some songs later on, it's like, and we just like, we've literally over the years, I think we've had almost 50 songs and we only play about 12 to 15 of them nowadays, right? Like we just got rid of those ones that were like, man, even the first album, we only ever play one song off that album. Right. Just kind of left them, just kind of like, it's just like I don't know how I say, like it's just old news and it's not that fun to play them, or you're not as proud as the new stuff type thing where we've evolved to be better, right?
For sure. Well, yeah, that makes sense for anybody, I would think, right?
Yeah.
I had a question that just gone out of my head. Oh my gosh. Darn it. I was going to say something. Now I can't remember. Oh, here it is there. Okay. So now, COVID changed the world for a lot of us because there's a lot more stuff happening online. Has that helped you a lot, your band?
It didn't change our jamming too much or anything. It did change because we couldn't gig anywhere. We did write a little more during it. But it didn't affect us too much other than the gigging and like even the even the tour we went on was during COVID.
Right.
So it was really interesting to see, it had been like a year and a half or almost 2 years, I think, of COVID. And so, yeah, it was pretty interesting to see the people coming out. They were coming up and thanking me for playing. That never happens. Like, it's like, I was like, they're like, thank you. I'm like, for what? They're like, just for doing this. It's so awesome to see live music again. I was like, it really affected people. It was kind of neat.
Absolutely. Even during COVID, like here locally, I've been to one place where a band I know performs, and they had that plexi between them and the audience. And, and I mean, you could still see them, but it had that strange effect, of feeling like you're not really connecting with the band.
Yeah. Well, actually, when we played in Calgary the year before the tour, COVID was going on, and they made me sing and play in a booth behind the band.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so the two guitarists had to do all the walking around. I had to sing and play in this little booth. It was pretty funny. I've never seen I've never played like that before.
I guess
it was actually pretty funny.
It's pretty strange, isn't it?
It's hard to be the front man when you're in the back.
Well, you could be the back man.
I guess
that could be a new term, couldn't it?
Yeah, maybe. It doesn't sound as cool, I don't think.
No, okay. No, does Son of Man have a website?
Yeah, sonofman.net.
.net. Oh, okay, because I thought I might be .com, so .net. Okay, I'll remember that, and I'll add that when I render this under your name, so people can find you. And I know that the songs are on all those places like iTunes and Spotify, etc. Right?
Yeah. Well, we only have one released on all that.
Oh, okay.
If you go to our YouTube page, we have a few more, and we're releasing another one though onto all the major platforms here on July 31st. Will be our next one.
Oh, okay, that's great. So I'm happy to be able to have that announced on this show. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So on that note, we're going to end this. So just stay on the camera. I just want to thank everybody. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I know I did. It's always like such a learning process for me. So I will put Tylor's information for Son of Man. I will include that so everybody can see it and support the musicians because like without music, it would be a pretty sad world. So take care, everybody. Be nice and peace out.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see.